because it's just like people have been doing this for years. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thanks for checking girl out. So in today's video, I just want to kick back, relax, and enjoy my makeup while trying out the fox eye trend. This is a very popular trend that's going on right now with eye makeup, and to be honest, I'm pretty late to the trend. I'm sure you've seen a million videos on this by now, but you know, I wanted to try, you know what I'm saying, and show you my take on fox eyes. Now when I think of fox eyes, I think of like Arabian, Arabic type eye makeup because they're known for having that really nice dramatic wing feline type of eye. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I create my own version of the fox eye. All right, so I zoomed you guys in so you can really see what I'm doing. And when it comes to the fox eye trend, your main focus is this section of your face. You know, it's mainly focused on your brows and how you do your eyeshadows. So essentially, when you're trying to create this look, you're trying to create a very nice lifted look. So I'm going to start off by doing the brows. Now depending on your brows, you might not have to do a lot to tweak them, but my brow naturally has a arch and a curve that goes downward. Now for this look, you do not want that. You essentially want your brows to look straight and lifted. People are shaping out their brows and plucking that ear of their eyes, but I'm not going to do that. I've worked way too hard to grow my brows back, so I'm just not that committed. So I'm going to show you guys how you can fake that look as well. So I'm just filling in my brows, but when I go to fill in my brows, I'm not following the arch of my tail. I'm actually going to just draw straight, kind of cutting my tail off. And also when I come to the front of my brows, normally I would just follow the natural shape of my brow, but here I'm actually bringing the liner down and angling it downward a little bit. So as you can see, like that. Now to really fake the funk, you're going to want to go ahead and conceal your brows, and the way in which I'm concealing it is the exact same way in which I filled it in. And that's just going to also cover any mistakes I made when doing this. So as you can see, that's my arch, and instead of going downward with it, I'm just going to cut straight, like so. And that's going to give it a really nice, sharp look. And then when I come to the front of my brows, instead of lining it here, I'm actually going to go down like so to follow the fake beginning that I created for my brow. And that's just going to help with the lifted look. And let's just bring that product down. This pimple won't let me be great. Like, why won't it let me be great? But anyways, that is the look. I hope you guys can kind of tell the difference between the both of them. As you can see, this one's more straight, less of an arch, and this one has a more prominent arch. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the exact same thing to this brow. I went ahead and decided to do one eye off camera. I haven't put on my lashes, and I still have a little bit more eye work to do, but this is essentially the look that we are going for. And the palette I'm using to create this look is the Artist Couture Supreme's new palette. Now of course you can definitely do the fox eye look with literally any color. If you want to do a colorful version, you can definitely do that, but I'm going to go for a more neutral, natural version because this is typically how I would wear it. Now for this, you can use tape. You don't have to. I personally like to use tape because it just helps me to ensure that the placement of my shadow on the outer corner is as precise and following the lifted look that I'm going for. This just gives me a little bit of peace of mind when creating this look. So I'm going to use Transcend in this palette. When I'm applying the shadow, I'm focusing a lot of it right here in the outer corner of my eye, just right under my brow bone, and I'm pulling it outwards onto the tape. Now I'm going to take Bronziana, which is right here, and I'm just going to apply that to my lid, but I'm also applying it slightly into my crease, which is going to give the illusion of more of a lifted look to my eye. It's going to make it look like I have more lid space and also just more crease space to work with in general. Now I'm going into Mink right here and kind of use it to line my lash line. I'm bringing it in like halfway. I'm also applying the shadow just slightly into the outer V. And as you can see, it's kind of creating like a bit of a triangle there. And that's going to give the illusion of your eyes lifting even more in the outer V. Now I'm taking the same brush that I used to apply Transcend, and I'm not using any extra product. I'm just lightly blending that V that we created. You want to be very precise, and you don't want to blend it too far in. Just very gentle on the outer V. I just removed the tape, and that's what we are working with. I want to go ahead and create like a cat eye shape in the inner corner of my eye. So I'm just going to take a brown liner, and you're just going to have it meet into where your shadow application meets. And then in the inner corner of your eye, you're going to want to draw like a straight line outward into your tear ducts. Just a straight line coming out. Be careful with this because I've definitely overdone it and ended up with the line here. And you know, you try to fix it kind of like when you try to fix your eyeliner where one's too thin, but then one's really thick, and you try to fix it and it just goes left. Just take your time with this. So just create a small little line. It doesn't need to be anything dramatic. Just follow your tear duct, and you're just basically drawing the line just to the outer portion of where your tear duct stops, like right in here. I hope you guys are seeing that, just right there. And then you're just gonna draw a line, drawing it back into where your tear duct is. Hold on. I have to hold my breath when I'm doing this. So now I'm gonna apply lashes. Now, of course, if you don't do lashes, you can totally skip this step, but I am a lash wearer. I love lashes. So if you are wearing lashes, I would suggest using half lashes or lashes that are tapered, where they start off really small and then just feather out towards the end. I'm using my lash style in Renee from my lash brand. This is a really, really old pair that I cut, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply it because it has a really nice tapered wispy look, which helps with the overall look. So when you're applying your lashes, you want to apply it just slightly above your lash line. Slightly, nothing too crazy, like you don't want the lash to be all the way up here in your crease, like no, just a little bit above your lash line. And it's gonna have like a little bit of a gap, which is fine, just fill that in. Okay, so the lashes are on. I hope you guys can kind of see that lift effect happening. Okay, so I went ahead and applied my foundation and concealer as normal, and now we're getting into the more important steps when it comes to the overall look of the face, and just making sure the placement of the products on your face are also supporting the lifted look that you're going for with the eyes. So essentially, when I'm doing my bronzer, I typically would just bronze my whole entire face. I love bronzer, I put it everywhere. However, with this look, you want to be a little bit more precise with it. So I'm just going to apply my bronzer in the ears I normally would. The only difference, however, when I'm applying my bronzer is I'm not applying it right here to the corner temples of my face. I want to keep that free of bronzer. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. So I'm just going to apply my bronzer. So you're probably like, okay, girl, what's so special about what you just did? Don't you worry, girl. I'm about to tell you right now. Okay, so here comes the part that is really important. Okay, so now we're gonna go into highlighting your face with our powder, setting in my under eyes and stuff. Now, what's so important about this area right here is that you want to keep this area highlighted. You want to keep it free from bronzer and just keep that area highlighted because it creates a very natural but soft separation. Can you see? Do you see the difference? So this side is highlighted lightly with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, and it's like helping to create that lifted look, whereas this side is not yet set, and also the bronzer is a little bit higher on this side. So I hope you guys can kind of see. All right, y'all, so my camera decided to turn off. Nothing new. Perks of owning a Sony camera, perks. So I'm just gonna quickly walk you through what I did, just because I had pretty much finished the base of my face and told you guys what my tips and tricks were. So if my makeup looks a little lived in, it's been about over an hour. So what I was saying was, with the powder, when you're highlighting, you want to make sure that this area of your face is left untouched and not much product is lingering in that area, just because it adds to the lifted effect and look that we are going for. I feel as though when you add product in this area, it kind of creates more of a rounded shape to your face, and you don't want that. You want it to be lifted. And I was also saying that, you know, when I highlight under my jawbone, I put the powder here and I bring it up towards the top of my ear, which helps you to get like a really nice straight line. And because I don't necessarily like this, if you like a very distinct definition between your bronzer or contour versus the rest of your face, like down here where you highlight, you can leave it as is, but I don't. So I just take the brush that I used to apply my bronzer and just lightly blend towards the outer perimeter, and that just helps to create a very soft, diffused look, but you also still get that definition, you know what I'm saying? You still get that angular look without it being too harsh. And lastly, when it comes to blush application, I am applying my brush as I usually would, but again, making sure not to bring it too far in. Just be sure to leave this area right here free of product. So the last thing I had mentioned that my camera didn't get a chance to record was, I also go in and add bronzer right here. Now, the reason I didn't do it initially was because I wanted you guys to see the difference that just applying that powder can make. The place in which you apply your bronzer, you're going to want to just focus it primarily into your hairline and just a little bit onto your face. This step is crucial because you want your makeup to still look blended and together. Otherwise, if you take a photo, you're gonna end up with like a very obvious line of demarcation where you highlighted versus where you bronzed, contoured, blushed, and then where the rest of your bronzer is on your temples. So you definitely want to still do that because it will just marry everything together. Okay, I believe that's everything I had said. Off camera, I went ahead and applied my moles in the areas in which they naturally appear on my face. I just like to fill them in after because my foundation covers it up. And I also went in and applied some black liner to the inner corner of my eye because I felt like the brown wasn't giving me that intensity and punch and that obvious feline look that I am trying to create here. And then I also applied Mink from the palette and I blended it along my lower lash line and I applied some lower lash line mascara. And that's pretty much everything in regards to the eyes and just achieving this look. All right, y'all, so this is the final completed look. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you guys enjoyed. Rude. Alright, y'all, so this is it for the final completed look. I hope the tips and tricks that I shared in this video will be helpful to you as it is for me. Let me know what you think about this look in the comment section. Let me know how you think I did. Are you trying out this trend? Have you been trying out this trend? Have you been doing this trend with your eye makeup? I'm doing this because it's just like people have been doing this for years. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this bit of girl time with me, and if you'd like to see more content from me, be sure to subscribe because I upload a new video every Monday. And if you subscribe, I'll see you then. All right, bye. Whoa, sis, that is not okay. So what we're not gonna do is act like that's not a problem. That's not what we're gonna do.